Hello students, myself Dr. Vijayalakshmi Edali. Welcome to the class Carbohydrates. In the last video, we discussed about the classification of carbohydrates. Here we are going to discuss about structure of glucose. To write the structure of any compound, the first requirement is its molecular formula. So by analytical data, that is molecular mass determination and elemental analysis, molecular formula of glucose was found to be C6H12O6. Then how these 6 carbons are arranged, whether in the straight chain or branched chain or cyclic structure. To know that, glucose is reduced with hydrochloric acid and red phosphorus, it gives normal hexane. So the normal hexane obtained shows all the carbons are arranged in a straight chain. When glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, it reacts with 5 molecules of acetic anhydride and gives pentaacetyl derivative. So whenever the carbonyl group is treated with, whenever the hydroxyl group is treated with acetic anhydride, the hydroxyl group present, OH group, when it is treated with acetic anhydride, this hydrogen is replaced by methyl group, so it forms OCH3, methoxy group is formed. So when glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, it gives a pentaacetyl derivatives, which shows the presence of 5 OH groups in glucose. Then presence of a carbonyl group is tested with hydroxylamine and hydrogen cyanide. When a carbonyl group is present, C double bond O, and it is treated with hydroxylamine, that is one water molecule between these two is removed. So the condensation product is formed, C double bond NOH. So this is called oxime, and glucose on treated with hydroxylamine, it gives oxime, and when treated with hydrogen cyanide, it gives addition product, that is acetonitrile. The presence of terminal CHO group, that is a carbonyl group, whether it is aldehyde or ketone, is confirmed by treating with bromine water. Bromine water, it acts as a mild oxidizing agent. So if aldehyde group is there, it reacts with mild oxidizing agent and strong oxidizing agent both, and gives the corresponding carboxylic acid that bears same number of carbons which are present in the parent. So here when glucose treated with bromine water, it gives gluconic acid which bears same number of carbons present in the glucose. But whereas if a ketonic group is present, it won't undergo oxidation with mild oxidizing agents like bromine water, that oxidizes only with the strong oxidizing agents. So this reaction, that is treating with bromine water, it undergo oxidation and gives gluconic acid that confirms the presence of terminal CHO group. So depending on these series of reactions, the structure of glucose can be written. So open chain, the 6 carbons in the straight chain, the first carbon bears CHO, and again the 4 carbons, that is second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon and fifth carbon as we see. So fifth and sixth carbon, all that second to sixth carbon, all the 5 carbons bearing one OH group, because glucose is a stable molecule, so no 2 OH groups present on a single carbon. Remaining valency of the carbon are satisfied with hydrogen. So as we see here, the 4 carbons, this is second, third and fourth and fifth, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 carbons are asymmetric carbons. So we know that if asymmetric carbons are present, then it shows different isomers. So for this structure, that is 2 raised to n, n is number of asymmetric carbons. So here 4 asymmetric carbons are present. So it is 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. So 16 isomers can be possible for this structure. So among that 16 isomers, which one is the structure of glucose then? So we can give the structure of glucose, that is also confirmed by series of reactions. So this is the open chain structure of glucose, where the 6 carbons, the first carbon BS CHO aldehyde group, second carbon OH group is on right side, third carbon OH group is on left side, fifth and sixth carbons OH groups again on the right side, and the last carbon which also bears OH group. So this is the open chain structure of glucose, and this is called D-glucose. Here the capital D, it stands for the asymmetric carbon OH, that is the last asymmetric carbon from the side of the functional group, or the farthest more asymmetric carbon which bears the OH group on right side, then it is represented as D. Before the structure, the prefix added as before the name of the compound, prefix added as D. If the OH group is on left side, then it should be written as capital L. D and L represents the position of this OH group farthest more asymmetric carbon bearing OH group. Okay. So this is the structure of open chain structure of D-glucose. So when the structure is confirmed, open chain structure, and again some reactions are carried out, this structure can't give answer for some of the reactions. So which are they? The glucose does not show carbonyl absorption in its IR spectrum. As we already confirmed, the CHO group is present. That should give the characteristic carbonyl absorption, but here it does not show the carbonyl absorption in its IR spectrum. It does not give addition product with sodium bisulfite. So all the aldehydes gives this reaction, that is gives the addition product with sodium bisulfite, but glucose does not give. It does not give Skipp's test. So it is also one of the test for the aldehyde. When aldehyde is treated with Skipp's reagent, they give pink color. But here glucose does not give pink color with Skipp's reagent. Glucose pentaacetate does not react with hydroxylamine. So as there is a glucose pentaacetate, aldehyde group is free, and that should react with hydroxylamine and gives oxime. But glucose pentaacetate does not react with hydroxylamine and gives oxime. Glucose does not react with Grignard reagent. So this is also a characteristic reaction of carbonyl compounds, whether aldehyde or ketone, they undergo addition reaction with Grignard reagent. But glucose fails to give test. So these all the tests are absent for the glucose. These tests suggest that absence of a free aldehyde group in the glucose. Another one is the D-glucose is available in two crystalline forms in nature. One is alpha form, another one is beta form. So alpha form having a melting point 146 degree centigrade and beta form having melting point 150 degree, and both having a different specific rotation, alpha having plus 113 and beta having plus 19. So here plus represents dextrorotatory. Glucose in its solution form, when plane polarized light is passed through the solution, it rotates that plane polarized light to the clockwise direction. So it is called dextrorotatory, indicated by plus. So alpha form having a specific rotation plus 113 and beta form having specific rotation plus 1119. But either alpha or beta form, when dissolved in water, the specific rotation gradually changes and reaches finally to plus 53 degree. But these reactions can't be explained by the already confirmed open chain structure of glucose. So these reactions shows that the absence of free aldehyde group in glucose. So for that the ring structure is constructed. So the ring structure is the cyclic hemiacetyl form of the glucose. The hemiacetyl form means the aldehyde or ketonic group, the carbonyl group reacts with the hydroxyl group and forms a cyclic structure. So here in this you can see two cyclic structures. So this aldehyde group reacts with the OH group of the fifth carbon and forms the ring between first and fifth carbons with oxygen. So it is a 6-membered ring, 5 carbons and 1 oxygen, 6-membered ring is formed. Why the 6-membered ring means? It is also again confirmed by series of reactions, whether 2-membered, 3, 4, 5, 6-membered ring is present. It is also tested by series of reactions and finally it is confirmed that the ring is present between first and fifth carbon with the hydroxyl group of fifth carbon. So the hydrogen is shifted to the carbonyl oxygen and it becomes OH, and carbon, oxygen, carbon, new bond is formed. So we can see by the formation of this structure, so this aldehyde group now changes into asymmetric carbon. So 4 different bonds are there, so it changes into a new asymmetric carbon, and this carbon is called anomeric carbon. A new asymmetric carbon which is formed by the formation of ring structure, by the formation of cyclic hemiacetyl, and that carbon is called anomeric carbon. The OH group on anomeric carbon is on right side, then it is called alpha D glucose. If the OH group is on the left side, then it is beta D glucose. There is both the possibilities. Suppose the C double bond O, if we write on this side like this, then OH group should be on left side, or if it is written like this, then OH group is on the right side. So both are possible. So the anomeric carbon OH group, depending upon the position of OH group, there are two forms, one is alpha and beta. So both these alpha and beta forms are changed in the configuration of only this anomeric carbon. Remaining structure is same. Only the configuration of anomeric carbon is changed. And these type of compounds, the compounds which are changed in anomeric carbon configuration, they are called diastereomers. So alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are called diastereomers. And these type of open chain structures, these are called Fischer projections. Okay. Now, how to write the Haworth structure for this glucose? We can you can see the structure of glucose, Haworth structure of glucose. So it is 6-membered cyclic structure with 1 oxygen. So 1 oxygen and 5 carbons forms hexagonal cyclic ring, and this ring is called pyranose ring. So this type of ring is present in the glucose, therefore it is called pyranose. So in the Haworth ring, 6 carbons, the first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth carbons. So as we see, the 6th carbon is outside the ring So here also it is outside the ring. And how to write the remaining 5 carbon configuration in the ring? That is, the groups present on the right side are below are written below the plane of the ring, and groups present on the left side are on the above. See, the H present, the hydrogen present on anomeric carbon is on right side, so it is below OH group, so OH group is below. Next, hydrogen on the third carbon, again it is below the plane, OH group below, and this is the 5th carbon, one side hydrogen, another side CH2OH, so CH2OH is outside the ring. And here in the alpha form, only the change is this OH group, so OH group is below the ring. So we can see the structure of alpha and beta glucopyranose, where both are changed only at this anomeric carbon. So in the anomeric carbon, that is first carbon, OH group is above the ring, then it is beta form. If the OH group is below, then it is alpha form. Remaining all the carbon configuration is same. So as it is a 6-membered ring with 1 oxygen, it is called pyranose ring. Therefore it is called beta D plus glucopyranose. Alpha D plus glucopyranose. Plus indicates dextrorotatory. Dextrorotatory glucose. So alpha D plus glucopyranose and beta D plus glucopyranose. So these are called Haworth structures of glucose. Depending upon these open structures, that is Fischer projections, you can write the Haworth structure for glucose. Another one, Haworth structure of fructose. So the structure, open chain structure of fructose, that is D minus fructose. Minus means fructose is a levorotatory compound. So D minus fructose. This capital D stands again for this asymmetric carbon bearing hydroxyl group, which is on right side. So capital D. This minus is written, that is levorotatory. So it is D plus fructose. So in the fructose, it is confirmed that 5-membered ring is present with 1 oxygen. So 4 carbons and 1 oxygen, it forms a 5-membered ring, which is called pyranose ring, which is called furanose ring. It is furanose ring. It is beta D minus fructofuranose, alpha D minus fructofuranose. So this 5-membered ring with 1 oxygen is called a furanose ring. So again here only it is changed at this anomeric carbon. So at the second carbon functional group is present. So here second carbon is anomeric carbon. First carbon outside the ring, which is below. On this anomeric carbon, the OH group is above the plane, then it forms a beta, and if OH group is below the plane, then it is alpha. So depending upon the OH group which is present on anomeric carbon, it is above the plane of the ring, it is beta, below the plane of the ring, it is alpha. So in the fructose 5-membered ring, that is called furanose ring. In the glucose, it is 6-membered ring, pyranose ring. So it is called fructofuranose ring. You know the heterocyclic compounds. So 5-membered ring with 1 oxygen is called furan. So it is a furan structure. Fructose contains a furan structure, that it is called fructofuranose. So here we discussed about the Haworth structure of glucose and fructose. So how these Haworth structures we can write? So for that I have explained one, that is a structure of glucose. Complete structure of glucose I have discussed here. Depending on that, can write the Haworth structure for glucose. Similarly, Haworth structure for fructose. So in the next video, we will discuss about some important properties of carbohydrates. Thank you, students.